Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to dig into AI and how it's changing the way projects are run, algorithms, hybrid approaches, all that good stuff. We're looking at 3 excerpts from this article: Artificial Intelligence and Hybrid Project Management, Context, Challenges, and Opportunities. And for everyone listening, especially if you're all about staying ahead, we want to cut through the hype and give you the lowdown on what AI really means for your projects. So let's unpack this AI revolution thing. We hear AI, ML, DL all the time. What do they even mean for how we actually work?
It's interesting how those terms all connect. Think of AI as the big picture, machines that can kind of think like us. ML or machine learning, that's how we get there. It's all about algorithms that learn from data.
So like we're teaching a computer to learn from experience, just like we do, but instead of flashcards, we're feeding it data.
Yeah, exactly. And then deep learning, or DL, that takes it even further. It uses these complex neural networks, kind of like our brains, to find patterns in tons and tons of data.
So less about robots taking over and more about AI being like this super smart assistant, helping us work smarter, not harder.
Way more helpful way to look at it. That whole robots are coming for our jobs thing. It's a common misconception. AI should be a tool to free us up from the boring stuff so we can focus on what we humans do best, like creativity, strategy. Algorithms can't replicate that, at least not yet.
I like that. It's not about replacement, it's about empowerment. Speaking of empowerment, our source material talks about this crucial thing with AI that often gets missed: networks. It's not just one brilliant algorithm, it's data, it's cloud computing, all these things working together, kind of like a well-oiled machine.
And not just any machine, more like, think about a tree's root system, right? You don't just see one root, it's this whole interconnected web that keeps the whole tree alive. AI thrives on that same idea of interconnection.
Okay, starting to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
But how does this connect to managing actual projects? Like, what does it mean for someone listening right now?
That's where understanding those networks is so key. It helps you unlock AI's potential while being aware of the complexities. One thing to remember, these networks don't grow in a normal, predictable way. It's exponential. Things can change really fast, which is both exciting and kind of scary.
So navigating this AI world requires embracing the potential, but also being prepared for anything. It's not just about knowing how to code. It's about understanding the bigger picture of how these systems work together.
Exactly. And that's where this idea of hybrid project management comes in. It's about blending the traditional planned-out approach with a more flexible, agile approach.
So instead of choosing one or the other, it's about finding that sweet spot, a hybrid that can handle the structured planning and the curveballs AI projects tend to throw at you.
You got it. It's not just theoretical either. The source material mentions a specific model called FLT-KSS.
FLT, okay. What does that stand for?
It stands for blurry, risky, interconnected, global, high-tech, and timely. Each word highlights a key characteristic of AI projects that really needs a hybrid approach.
So FLKS, with its emphasis on blurry, risky, interconnected aspects, that really drives home why a rigid, traditional approach just doesn't cut it with AI.
Right, exactly. It's like, imagine AI projects as this kind of uncharted territory, a purely predictive approach where you try to plan everything up front. That struggles with the unknowns of AI development. But then on the other hand, just relying on agile, while great for adapting, that can lack the structure you need for these data-heavy projects.
Like trying to sail a ship in a storm with only a rudder or only a sail. You need both to really navigate. So this hybrid approach, like FLKS, gives you the flexibility to adapt while keeping things moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and it's not just us saying it. The source mentions a whopping 76% of teams are using some kind of customized hybrid methodology for their AI projects.
76%? Wow, okay. Clearly something to this hybrid thing. So for our listener, eager to ride this AI wave, where do they fit in? How can they apply this in their own work?
Here's the cool part. You can use AI in 2 main ways: to manage the project itself, or to actually embed AI into what the project's delivering.
So like AI can be the tool that helps you build a house, or it can be part of the house itself.
Love that analogy. So on the project management side, think AI tools that automate tasks, analyze risks, give you insights from your project data.
Like those AI-powered decision support systems, project portfolio management solutions, right? Taking care of tasks, giving you insights, basically freeing you up for the bigger picture stuff.
You got it. And then on the flip side, your project's deliverable. That might have AI built right in. Self-driving cars, personalized medicine, anything where AI is part of the solution itself.
So whether you're managing the project or building the thing, that AI literacy is becoming super valuable.
Absolutely. As more companies use AI, Project managers who really get this tech, they're going to be in high demand.
But, and I think this is key, AI isn't some magic bullet. Still takes planning, understanding your project's goals, and being willing to adapt as you go.
Couldn't agree more. It's about using AI strategically to help us do more, not just throwing tech at a problem and hoping for the best. Now, you mentioned cost earlier. Developing complex AI, it can seem like something only for those huge companies with tons of money.
Yeah, our source even mentioned training GPT-3 costs something like $4.6 million. Makes you kind of dizzy thinking about it.
It's definitely attention-grabbing.
Yeah.
But important to remember, smaller AI solutions are becoming way more accessible, especially with these small language models, SLMs. They don't need as much data, not as computationally intensive, so it's doable for businesses of all sizes now.
So AI doesn't have to break the bank. That's good to hear. But even with these smaller solutions, how do you measure the value of these projects? ROI with cutting-edge stuff can be tough.
You're right, it's complex. The source actually quotes McKinsey on this. It is essential to measure the ROI of AI projects, not only to validate the investment, but also to align strategies, prioritize resources, and guarantee that the technology serves a genuine purpose beyond the hype.
No more throwing money at the shiny new AI toy without a plan. Got to be strategic, measure success. But with all this ROI and affordability talk, it's easy to forget the bigger picture. This tech can change entire industries. With that comes a responsibility to use it wisely.
Absolutely, yeah. It's crucial to understand not just how with AI, but the why. What are we trying to do? What are the benefits, the downsides, and how do we make sure we're using it ethically, in line with our values?
It's not just about smarter algorithms, it's about building a smarter future, right? Let's get a little more practical for our listeners. The source talks about 3 ways companies use AI: take, shape, or make. Can you break those down?
Sure. Take is using AI solutions that are already out there, off the shelf, like those ready-made project management tools we talked about. Easiest, often most affordable, but might not be a perfect fit.
Like buying a suit off the rack. Might not fit perfectly, but it's a start.
Exactly. Then you have shape, which is customizing those existing solutions to fit what you need. More flexibility, but of course more cost and complexity come with that.
That's the tailored suit option. More personalized, but bigger investment.
You got it. And lastly, make. This is building your own custom AI models from scratch. Gives you the most control, but it's the most resource intensive. You usually need specialists, and it's a significant investment.
That's like, I don't know, sewing your own suit. Total control, but takes serious skill.
Great way to put it. The best way to go depends on the organization, their needs, their resources, their appetite for risk.
Like choosing the right tool for the job. Sometimes a hammer, sometimes you need the whole toolbox. Knowing which one and how to use it, that's what separates those who know what they're doing from those who don't. Now, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about how AI can specifically level up those 6 performance domains of project management. You know, the ones defined by the Project Management Institute, PMI. These domains, they give us this framework for where AI can make a real impact.
Definitely. We're talking about planning, project work, uncertainties, delivery approach and life cycle, measurement, and then stakeholders and the team. Let's start with planning. AI can be huge here, helping project managers make more accurate estimates, optimize resources, even spot those schedule conflicts before they become a problem.
So instead of just going with your gut or past experience, AI can look at huge amounts of data to give you a much more precise plan, like having a super-powered scheduling assistant.
Exactly. And with project work itself, AI can really change the game for knowledge management. Imagine having all those lessons learned, those retrospectives from past projects, all organized and accessible with AI.
No more digging through old files or relying on word of mouth, like a personalized project mentor, but without the judgment.
And AI can streamline those workflows, help you find bottlenecks or waste in your project, kind of like a lean expert would.
Working smarter, not harder. So uncertainties, or risks as they're more commonly known, this is where AI can help us get a good night's sleep right.
For sure. AI can analyze past projects, find potential risks, and suggest ways to handle them. Imagine using algorithms to figure out which risks need the most attention so you can deal with them before they become a big issue.
So instead of just guessing what could go wrong, you're using data to make decisions about managing those risks. It's like having a crystal ball, but for being prepared.
Speaking of the future, let's move on to the development approach and life cycle. AI can be really helpful in figuring out the best methodology for a project.
So you don't have to just choose between traditional waterfall or agile. AI can help you find that perfect blend, that hybrid approach that actually suits the project.
Exactly. using AI to create a custom-fit approach that's flexible and adaptable, but still structured.
Like having a tailored project management methodology. All right, measurement. How can AI help track progress and understand all those metrics?
AI dashboards can show you how your project's doing in real time. You see the key indicators and potential problems all right there.
So no more waiting for those monthly reports that are outdated as soon as you get them. It's like having a constant health check for your project.
And finally, stakeholders
Yeah.
and the team. AI can actually help us understand the team dynamics better, maybe even anticipate conflicts or communication problems. Imagine using AI to analyze how the team communicates, identify key people, and use that to create a more collaborative and productive environment.
That's like an AI-powered team coach, helping build relationships and navigate the human side of things.
Precisely. By understanding the team's strengths and weaknesses, we can optimize communication, delegate better, and basically create a happier and more productive workplace.
This has been quite the deep dive so far. We've covered so much, from what AI even is to hybrid project management to those 6 performance domains. It's clear AI is going to change how we do project management. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back and talk about the human element in all of this. It's like we're standing at the bottom of this huge, exciting mountain, but we got to make sure we've packed our common sense along with our climbing gear.
For sure. Like, remembering AI is a tool. And any tool you can use the right way or the wrong way. It's on us, the humans behind it all, to steer things in the right direction.
Right. AI can change how we do projects, but it's not like we just wave a magic wand and everything's perfect.
Exactly. It's a journey, and a good journey needs a map, right?
Okay,
Luckily, the source gives us some good pointers for this whole AI thing.
let's hear them. What should project managers be doing when it comes to AI?
First off, embrace that automation power. Let AI take care of those boring tasks, data analysis, reports, scheduling, all that. Frees you up for the good stuff. Strategy, being creative, building relationships. AI can't do that yet, at least.
So it's making us better at our jobs, not taking them over.
Exactly. And we got to get comfy using AI to make more data-driven decisions. Instead of just guessing or doing things the old way, use AI to analyze trends, spot risks, predict outcomes, all that.
It's like having a superpower, but for project decisions. Now, we talked about cost. The source mentioned GPT-3, training that cost over $4 million. Most of us don't have that kind of cash lying around.
Right, and those big numbers can be intimidating. Good news is, smaller AI solutions are way more doable now, especially with these small language models, SLMs. They're less demanding, more budget-friendly, so AI is not just for the big players anymore.
So you're saying there's hope for the rest of us?
Totally. And get this, the source talks about this agentic flow thing. It's about creating systems where you have these specialized AI agents, each one good at a specific thing, all working together in these complex systems.
Hold on, are we talking about building little AI teams to handle big project challenges? Sounds pretty sci-fi.
It's an exciting time, that's for sure. But even with these smaller solutions, figuring out the ROI, the return on investment for AI projects, that's still tricky. Remember that McKinsey quote? Measuring ROI, it's not just about, do we spend the money right? It's about making sure AI is actually being used for the right reasons, not just because it's cool.
Right, no more just throwing money at the newest AI thing. Gotta be strategic.
So where do we even start?
Well, the source breaks down 3 ways companies are using AI. Take, shape, or make. Take is using those off-the-shelf solutions, like the project management tools we mentioned. Shape is customizing those existing tools to fit your needs better. And make is going all in, building your own custom AI models.
Like, are we buying a suit off the rack, getting one tailored, or making it from scratch? Each one has its own costs and challenges.
Exactly. The right approach. It all depends. Your needs, your resources, how much risk you're comfortable with.
Okay, so we've covered a ton today. From what AI even is to how it's changing project management, it's a lot. What's the one thing you want our listener to walk away with?
AI, hybrid project management, they're powerful tools. But they're just tools. The real impact comes from us humans. Our creativity, our judgment, using these tools to actually create something valuable. I know, said it better myself. So as you go out there exploring the world of AI and all this, remember, stay curious, stay informed, and stay in control. That's it for today's deep dive. We hope you learned a lot, maybe got some new ideas, and feel ready to tackle whatever comes your way in the project world. Until next time, keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep leveling up.